Hi guys, Diane here. I've actually been doing a lot of presentations and masterminding events lately, and a lot of people will come to me and they ask about, what should I do first when I'm launching my business? Or I'm getting stuck here. I need to build my website. I need to, I'm putting together the list, and then when I have my prototypes, then I'll do my launching. And, you know, I see this all the time, and these are some fatal flaws when you're thinking about launching your own business. So what are the things that need to happen versus what we think need to happen when you're launching a business? As someone who has helped business owners launch so many different ventures, different financial vehicles, different business lines, there are only a couple of things that you really need to worry about when you're launching a new business, a new service line, a new product, or a new service or program within your business. The first thing that I usually ask when somebody comes to me saying, "Hey, I have this idea for a new venture or a new project or a new service within my business is, do you have proof of concept? Has anyone done this before? If it's something totally different, something you're innovating, brand new, no one is doing this. That concerns me a little bit because there are a lot of smart people in the world, right? If there was a way to do this, there probably would be people doing it. So why isn't anyone doing it? Or are there people doing it that you don't know about? So the reason I ask this is because you need to have proof of concept before you start to delve in and invest a lot of time and energy and money into developing the product or service that you want to launch. We need to understand whether or not it will actually sell, whether or not there's an audience and a market to launch it to. So I want to understand, is there proof of concept? Have you either talk to the people who are doing this, doing similar businesses? Why haven't they taken this innovative approach or innovated the product in this way? Or are there people doing this at all? If there's no one doing it, there's probably a reason for that. And you need to dive into the market research to determine what that reason is. Okay. So the second thing I want to know is, okay, if it is a viable concept, if there is proof of concept, who's the target client? Who is the target client for this product? And a lot of people think they need to skip over this phase or that it will come down the line, it'll come into place later. But this is really where you want to start, because before you build anything, before you build your website, before you build your operational funnel, before you start to think about who I'm going to bring on as a bookkeeper, or do I need an accountant? What are my operations and my delivery systems going to look like? Before you think of any of that, you need to be able to sell, right? You need to be able to get this message out to people so that you can actually sell it and bring in revenue, and then you have a viable business. And a lot of people don't understand that I need to have a lot of clarity around who the target is for this particular product or service line before doing a launch, so that you can start to create the buzz. Before anything else happens, we need to know who the target client is so that you can create all of the messaging around that product or service. That is really the most important part of the launch process, is to really understand who it is that you're targeting, who do you want to sell to, so that you can put the pieces in place to build that audience, to really start to get people to lean in, so that when you do launch, that it is an effective launch, that when the product starts to go out, that there are people in there who already know about it, who are interested in that type of product, who can start to buy. Because until you actually have sales, you don't have a business, right? You have a hobby, you have an idea. And if you really want to be able to sell and launch something quickly, you have to know who you're targeting so that you can develop the messaging that will resonate with them, right? And before you create a website, before you create any taglines, before you start to pitch this to people, you need to know who the target is so you can speak to them, right? And I think a lot of business owners do this a little bit backwards, where they're like, oh, I need to come up with the business plan. I need to come up with all of these projections and all of these pieces. But the most important part of all of this is understanding your target client and how you will be approaching them and how you'll be speaking to them. All of the other pieces you can fill in and develop as you go along, as you start to deliver product, as you start to deliver the services, but you cannot move forward, you cannot sell without clear messaging, without a clear understanding of what is the problem or the challenge that you are solving for these people that you're selling this product or service to. So those are the two things that I always ask when I have a client who comes to me and they have a new idea for a product, a service, a store, whatever it is there proof of concept, and who are we selling this to? And those are the things that if you are thinking about launching your own business or launching a new product or service line, that you should also be thinking about. Is there proof of concept in this idea, in this product, in this service, or and who am I selling this to? Because everything else that you do after that, everything else that you do to launch will be built off of those two components. All right. So did that resonate with you? Is this helping you in determining how you're going to launch your business? Drop me a comment below. Let me know where you're getting stuck in your launches. This is something that I do every day, so I'm always happy to help you guys. Until next time, thanks. Bye.